I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The Mad Scientist Lab.
So, with that being said, folks, welcome to episode 190. God damn. 190 episodes of this here Mad Scientist Lab podcast. As always, it is I, RJ, the pizza guy, along with Jarrett, the visual mad scientist, even though I just introduced us in good old Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg fashion.
And shout out to Epic, he's in here already also.
Epic, what's up, buddy? Epic was kind enough to not only send me a picture of very good cookies earlier, they look great, okay? He was also kind enough to send us...
Wait, before you get to that, what is this fucking contraption you got going right here?
This?
Yes.
This is my vape.
Why is it like futuristic carbon fiber?
It's actually a Mike Tyson brand. It's Mike Tyson brand.
Oh, my God.
I thought I'd support the homie. I actually thought of you when I bought it.
The homie?
Yeah.
How is he the homie?
I don't know, man. It's Mike Tyson.
He's from New York, and you've never met him.
I'm just saying he seems like a nice guy. Now.
What?
Now he seems like a nice guy.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know. He doesn't. I'm sure he's fucking intimidating as shit in person.
He's still one of the scariest people on the planet.
He is. But I'm sure he's a nice guy. I don't want to, for the fact that he's just knocked out countless human beings with his hands throughout his career, and then bit off Evander Holyfield's ear. That is also a thing.
Twice.
Oh, that did happen twice. Yeah. Nah, I still think he's a nice guy. But so I actually thought of you when I bought this. I was like, I wonder what Jared would say.
Do you know what I would say? First of all, why are you buying a vape?
Because, well, I have no good answer for you, sir.
Exactly.
So there we go. There we go.
You knew what I would say.
Yeah, exactly. But I did think of you when I bought it. I was like, what would Jared say? And they were like, what are you looking at, sir? And I was like, nothing. And then I went to make my purchase. But I've actually had this for a couple weeks. I've just kept it in my room.
It looks like a piece off of a F1 car.
Dude, it looks like I'm doing drugs.
Pretty much. And especially if it's from Tyson, because a lot of that stuff is, like, is that Tyson Ranch?
It is, I guess, but it's not.
No,
like,
I would say on there. If it was.
Yeah, I don't. It's not.
So it's not the
stuff.
Yeah, the THC version.
No, not at all. Just a cool minty flavor. It is called Cool Mint. All right. Well, there, I solved that mystery in 2 seconds, folks. Excuse me. But regardless, our buddy Epic was kind enough, as always, to send us some sort of contraption, a package in the mail. I'm worried one day that something's going to be living inside of one of these boxes. But that day is yet to come, and so we're going to carry on with said package. And I've been trying to figure out what it is for the last couple days, okay?
Turn that.
Oh, Jesus. It does have my... I didn't think about that, really, because it has my name and address on it.
I'm going to have to clip that.
That's okay. Dude, put like a boob over it or
Well, it
something.
doesn't matter because it's live, so...
Well, we're screwed. Please don't murder me, folks.
You are.
Well, Jared won't be here while I'm screaming for help. So we are going to go ahead and open up said package sent by said Epic. So I'm going to slowly peel this away, and oh boy, it's a box.
Is it the oh, I thought it was the
Okay.
What the fuck? Wait.
So
okay.
So we have a box with looks like some sort of animation on it, some sort of
anime character.
Anime character.
Is this, can we do this on fucking air, bro? Like,
because it's pink and that makes me worry.
yeah.
But well, if anything, just edit it out, Jared.
Well, put it down.
Okay, so here I'll do this. Open this up. I'm so curious as to what this is. All right. Oh. It's kind of cool.
Okay, you can pull it up now.
Yeah, well, I'm taking the plastic off of it. It's nothing too bad. It's just a chick with springy boobs.
Oh my God.
They're bobble boobs. Thank you, sir, for providing the Mad Scientist Lab podcast another desk ornament, okay? To join our ducks, our handmade bottle opener from Africa, giraffe, and our two sombreros, courtesy of Jared when he visited Texas. So we've got somebody's knockers, and look, they twist and spin. It's inappropriate.
Careful.
Yeah, so we are going to put that right there.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good spot.
It does work there.
It does work there. Okay.
What the fuck?
We've got bobble boobs, folks. And let me see what it says on it. Says flying shaking girl. Desktop card. Oh, it's for the car dashboard. You can put it on your dashboard too.
It's like a bobblehead.
Yeah, it's like a bobblehead, folks.
That's some fucking shit, I forgot what it's called now.
I thought that was cheese for a second. It's a towel. I was like, this looks like, or maybe it's a cheese head.
Oh no, that's what I was gonna, that's some Japanese shit for sure, right there.
Absolutely, that's pretty cool. Thank you, Epic, for again another desktop ornament that we've got here. Man, we're pretty lucky, man. We've got all sorts of cool stuff, and if you guys like to donate or send us something,
down here in the in the tip jar, right down there. Go on right in and donate if you want to donate.
Yeah, a couple dollars never hurt anybody. You know, it's 2023. The economy is still pretty god-awful. So please, help us out. If you're struggling, help us, and then we can help you. Isn't that, I think that's a good way of doing things.
Yeah, I guess. Well, help them by what? Just bringing entertainment?
Well, bringing entertainment and happiness, and then if we explode and become millionaires, then we can give them back money. Well, I don't know how much money, but
about all that.
Would you give to charity, Jared?
If I could afford it, yeah.
Yeah, I would give to charity too.
And I would do it only because that's what wealthy people do as a tax write-off. I mean, I would give it to a cause that I'm down for, but it would be for tax purposes. That's what they do it for. They don't do it for the fucking kindness of their fucking heart.
They don't do it for the children. Jesus. Sick people in this world. All the money, give it to kids and don't care about them. Awfulness.
No, I wouldn't say that.
I know. I'm just teasing. I'm sure a lot of people are.
But then I was thinking about something. Oh, it was D.L. Hughley. He was talking about on the Big Boy show. He was talking about those people in the submarine, and he was saying how basically he was like, why do you think there's a lot of people didn't have a lot of empathy for those people? And D.L. Hughley said it fucking perfect. He was like, because like whatever percentage, I think it's like 10% of all the world's wealth is like 8 people have it or some shit like that.
That's
no, it's a bigger number than that. The dollar amount.
Okay.
It's probably like 80% of all of the 8 people or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was saying that there wasn't any empathy because those people don't give a shit about society. So when something like that happens to them, society is doing the same thing to them. Like, we don't give a shit because you don't give a shit about us. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a
circle of life almost.
It's a loop. It's kind of, it was the way he said it much better. I was paraphrasing, but he said it way better. And I was like, holy shit, that makes perfect sense why everybody was like, fuck these guys.
I think somebody at my job said something similar. It's just like, hey, you know, because I think when the memes came out, obviously I got a good laugh out of a couple of them.
We talked about that.
But later on, I was thinking, you know, I guess just because everybody's saying, hey, these things aren't funny. And it made me think, like, man, people are dying, dude. And then I asked my coworker, and I was like, hey, don't you think this is bad? He was like, no, man, these people don't give a fuck about us.
Yeah, from a human aspect, yes, it's you should feel something. Like if you're not a psychopath, you should feel something.
Oh no, I'm not one of those.
A sociopath is the word. But
not anymore.
On the other hand, you got all that. You got enough money to pay $250,000 to go and see some shit. You got enough money to give to someone having a place to live or some food for the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can fix a lot of shit. Nobody's asking for socialism, but they're like, look, give a fuck about the human race and not just yourself. And like, I don't know, because that shit wasn't accomplishing anything. Now you're just a crushed fucking
sardine
mush in a fucking
you're mush in
a damn
ocean.
can in the fucking ocean.
It's crazy, dude. What a time to be alive, dude. Submarines, all sorts of shit in 2023. But regardless,
21st century, not just 2023, because we've been having crazy shit since the turn of the century.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, dude. It's kind of got me wondering sometimes when I sit in my room at night, you know. I'll tell you, I sit there with my poker out, and I just
oh my god,
I just kind of look at the wall. And
why is
close
it
my
got to
eyes.
be called your poker?
No, I was just picking up. I don't call it my poker. we're not going to use the word anymore, and we're going to refrain from what I do in my free time, which is stream, which you guys should check me out sometimes. Good stuff. Regardless. Oh, man.
Don't you dare say, I'm glad we have that.
No, I'm not. Even though I am. However, that's still such a hilarious video. I love it. What I read a little bit about this week, Jared, and I saw it kind of affecting something. First and foremost, we are big Marvel fans here on this show. The Deadpool 3 footage has kind of come out, and we've got to see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine dressed up in his original blue and yellow suit to massive praise on the internet. What did you think about the suit, and do you think he should be sleeveless as well, just like I do?
Don't really care that much.
I don't care that much either. However, the animated series is
Yeah, he
definitive
had
X-Men.
no sleeves because you could see the little hair, just
Yeah.
like the lines of hair, which was weird in itself. Like, why do you just have like 4 lines of hair on your arm?
He's a Wolverine. That's why. I
It
guess.
looked weird.
It,
but
it does look a little odd.
I'm just ready for the movie. I don't care about first couple pictures that came out.
I'm hoping at some point he puts on the mask and it doesn't look goofy or weird. I'm hoping at some point.
No, I'm sure he's gonna put the mask on.
It's going to be great. I'm very excited, and I can't wait for it to happen.
But yeah, with the Hugh Jackman version though, he the mask wasn't part of the uniform. It was his hair.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just hoping since he's got the original costume on that
I think they're still gonna do the hair thing.
it's very possible. So that is, it's not going to make or break it for me, but it'd be really cool to see it.
And he's gonna look like a sidekick because they're just gonna have like a black thing over his face, and he's just like a regular sidekick.
It's all right. It's still Hugh Jackman, and we love Hugh Jackman here on this show. But what else kind of...
What's up, Al, by the way?
What's up, Al? What else was kind of brought to my attention at that time was the writer's strike that's going on in Hollywood.
That just came to your mind?
No, well, I haven't really been paying too much attention. I know it's been going on for a
actors
little.
are striking now too.
I saw that yesterday, and then I saw that they halted production on quite a few things, Deadpool 3 included, until this is resolved, which really kind of sucks. From a fan perspective, obviously we're not the ones writing or making films or doing that. We make a podcast. I guess that's close enough.
No, because we're our own entity. We're not, although we're not making any money, we're not relying on networks or streamers to pay us. You know what I'm saying? So it really wouldn't, because I thought about that, like doing stand up. Say I was making money doing stand-up, it wouldn't matter to me because I'm writing for myself. I'm not writing for a network or a show, so I can write my act and still go on the road and tour.
I got you.
So it's not going to really affect comedians. It'll affect comedians who work in like TV shows or even movies.
I got you.
Like I'm trying to think. I saw a couple of things where James Gunn did a couple of interviews and he fucking straight up called out Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, and he was just like, "Yo, like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, you think just the way the system is and the way businesses run these days that's a good enough excuse for you not to pay people? Then, like, you need to rethink who the fuck you are, like, as a human. You know what I'm saying? Which I agree. I don't really fuck with Bob Iger either. Because I was watching an interview with him on CNBC, not CSNBC, CNBC, and he was just talking. He was using straight fucking. Let's put it this way: if I didn't take business classes, like college business classes, I wouldn't know what the fuck he was saying because he was using legit business world words,
terminology, like which would be foreign to somebody like myself. Potentially,
yeah. Because he was like, I don't know. He was just talking. Like one word he kept using was disruptive, basically disruptive technologies and just things that come into the industry that disrupt everything and make us change the way things have to run.
I gotcha.
And he just kept saying talking about all, like business models and all this shit. And I'm like, bro, just talk like a fucking person. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, we get it. You're a CEO. You've been Disney CEO forever. You stepped down. The broad that you appointed didn't run it right, and now you're back. But now you're faced with a whole new world because the world has changed, even though you were only gone for like maybe 5 years. I forgot how long he was out. But the world has changed now, and the way shit is run is not the same, and people got to get paid.
Yeah, no, people have to get paid. I feel that so much in my soul, man, and I think that I speak for everybody around, the planet I would think to a degree, is that you got to pay people, and you got to pay people especially if they're quality, dude. If they provide quality service or whatever it is you do, you have to pay those people. Do not shortchange them.
Well, no, it's. I think it comes down to what's happening. Well, one of the big things is that I heard this past week was they're talking about extras.
Okay.
They're saying, or they don't call them extras now anymore. That's whatever, for whatever reason, politically incorrect. You have to say fucking background actors.
Background actors. So extras is
not a thing anymore.
It's derogatory, essentially.
Essentially, yeah. I don't know why. I guess because extras like,
Yeah.
but like because they're still actors, they still have to audition. I guess they show up at the right place at the right time.
Hold
on. Let me get to finish my point. But anyway, so background actors, what they were saying, the studios and the streamers are saying, like, we can use AI to scan these people's faces for the one time. We'll pay them for that one time, but once they're putting this in their agreements. They're trying to get this pushed through. Once we have that and we've paid you, we can still use your fucking face over and over again in anything. And that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
That's mad fucked up.
You can't just fucking take my likeness, pay me one time, like bullshit.
Yeah.
And then fucking keep thinking you can use my shit in perpetuity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's effing BS.
But that's what these cats are doing. They're trying to use AI for a lot of shit. Lana's not in here, but he could probably attest to like the shit that AI can do. I'm starting to see it everywhere now. It's kind of annoying. Matter of fact, Secret Invasion, the opening sequence of Secret Invasion, the new Marvel show on Disney.
With Nick Fury, correct?
Yeah. The opening on that was done by AI. And I noticed it right away. And I was like, ugh, really? Is that what we're doing right now? Can we just... You just find an excuse to not pay somebody. I get it. It's a business, but at the same time, creatives, like human creativity is still human creativity.
Yeah.
The computer's not going to be able to add that soul to it.
Nah, never that, brother. Never that. Is it okay if I call you brother? Actually, I won't do that today, folks. But regardless, what I was going to say...
Epic, it's not just about just their face, it's their whole likeness. Like, if they're walking in the background, they can use their whole entire... They can just use them. Like, that's... You don't think that's fucked up?
I think it's fucked up. Yeah, dude, if you're going to use me, pay me. As creepy
exactly.
as that may sound.
So, same thing, royalties. And that's a whole nother issue because people think that these people get paid a shitload of money off of royalties.
Probably not. No, I wouldn't think so.
People post their checks. I've seen their checks. I worked on Orange is the New Black for all 4 seasons. And this is obviously Netflix because... Like I've worked on Orange is the New Black for all 4 seasons, and you would think out of all the episodes that I was on that I would be rich. Fucking goes over to the bottom line, $27.
God damn!
Yeah.
See, I always thought as a background actor, not an extra, folks.
No, I was talking about. I was talking about a person who was actually on the show.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Not a background actor.
Oh, like the actual per. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
$27.
Yeah, that's a royalty check, and I've seen some people get royalty checks like 3 cents.
What the fuck?
25 cents, like maybe $12. Like it's wild, man.
It's pretty fucked up. You spend your whole life trying to become, fulfill your dream of becoming an actor or a background actor,
and you can't even feed your family.
Dude, you can't buy shit with $27 anymore, dude. Like, you can go to fucking one restaurant, maybe, get like one meal and a drink, and then you're done. Plus tip. Not to say that you'd have to tip. You should tip, folks. If we find out you don't tip, I don't know. I personally might find that very offensive.
Finish your point. I want to get to somebody.
No, but I was just saying, well, now that you said it was an actor, like I thought you were referring to a background person.
You wanted to say something about the background actors before, though.
But so when I viewed, I never viewed him as high paying, not like big budget.
No, nobody's asking to get fucking rich off of being a background actor. I think what it is I want to be credited first of all, so I can use that on my resume or CV, however you want to call it, depending on where you're from.
Yeah.
I want to be able to have that there, and I want to be able to. I don't want you to exclusively have the rights to use me anytime you want. Like, that's just kind of an invasion of privacy.
It is. It's kind of fucking creepy. You're right.
Yeah.
It's like, here, I like this guy. Remember that guy?
Not so much that.
Oh, I know. I'm just being silly about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still kind of creepy, though.
It's super creepy.
Could you imagine you go into the theater and you just see yourself walk by and you're just like, what the fuck?
So, yeah, I had nothing to do with this production. Like, what? Like,
yeah. So that would be a very odd thing indeed. Hollywood is not what it seems, folk.
Well, and these motherfuckers are making billions of dollars every year. Like, bro, like, imagine, say you have, I don't know, what your Disney Plus account. You're paying whatever that is a month.
Yeah.
Imagine millions of people paying that same thing.
Yeah, dude, I would never cry again in my life.
That's fucking crazy. Like, I get it. You got to license all this other shit, and you want to compete with the other. First of all, there's so much shit. You guys don't have to worry about competing. If you have fire shit, people are going to go to your shit. They're not going to go to your shit just because of your name. And that's what they're thinking. That's what I think.
The initial thought process was?
I think, well, at the beginning, I think all these companies were like, oh, just because we're us, we can fucking run shit. And Netflix, the crazy part is, Netflix started because this motherfucker was mad because he tried to turn a fucking old tape in. I think it was Terminator 2. He tried to turn the old tape in to Blockbuster, and they tried to charge him a bunch of late fees, and he's like, nah, fuck that. We're going to change the whole system and how we run this whole thing. I did a report on this shit, so I know the whole Netflix background. And
that's pretty dope. I actually don't think I knew that.
Yeah, but like the reason you fucking started your company is now you're become the same bullshit, and like it's just weird that how easily motherfuckers lose touch when they get billions upon billions of dollars.
Do you think it's a man? I don't know how I would feel if I were that rich. I don't know how I would act. I would. Definitely, like we were talking about earlier, I would want to give it to, if I have way more money than I'll ever need, I want to put it somewhere to someone or something. I really don't. I always want to say that I would never let money change me, but I don't know. I've never had billions of dollars. Hopefully someday I do, but.
So we got a first-time viewer. This person says their name is Allie Ice, and they say they know you from real life. And you'll never guess who he is or they are.
Allie Ice.
And then they were like, do they talk about gaming? I'm like, we'll get to it, motherfucker.
All right.
Like we talk about more than just gaming, but
all right, Allie Ice. How's Allie spelled? Is it
like alley, like that, like a alley going down an alleyway.
Allie Ice. It's almost like a rap name. Allie Ice.
They're obviously a prime gaming person. Not subscribe to us because we don't have subscribers yet. We're trying to get to that shit right now.
Please help us. Subscribe,
just
like
view,
us.
View, follow, all that shit.
Yeah, just help us out, please.
Hit the follow button if you're just coming in.
Yeah.
What up, Londa?
Londa, what's going on? And Londa, it's good to see you again. And we are welcoming Allie Ice. Man, I feel like I'm gonna bust out some rap bars here shortly.
They said you know them in real life. So
I know them in real life.
Yeah.
Allie Ice. All right, I might have to.
And it has to be. I don't know what it is.
Well, hopefully it's nobody that wants to murder me. Not that I'm aware of that. I don't think I've ever been aware of that.
Wait, what? Hold up.
See this.
Is that what was happening? Okay, so Epic just brought up something to Londa. He said, "What's up with your Miss Netherlands?" Then he said, "Fuck that dude." Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, I did.
Is that what happened?
I did see something.
I saw
briefly.
something too, but I was like, it's just day one. Okay, so what? So wait, is that what was actually happening?
Can we?
I
we
can
pull
look
that-
it up.
Yeah, pull that up.
I don't know how deep we want to go into this conversation.
And
but-
you know what's funny? I actually did think of Londa when I briefly saw this. I
Yeah,
was like,
same here.
Yeah, Londa, you're very impressionable. So is that the word I'm looking for? Impressionable. Impressionable. We like you. You're cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
just say that next time.
Yeah, I am not going to try to
Stop
use
trying
words.
to be smarter than you think.
I'm not trying to be smart. I don't
No,
think
I
ever-
said smarter than you.
Than
than
I
your
really am.
vocabulary leads you to be.
Oh, man. So while Jared pulls that up, I'm going to remind everybody that you should always like, share, comment, subscribe, and review. The podcast can be caught anywhere where you get your podcasts. That is Apple Music, Spotify, all that good stuff.
Oh, congratulations, Lana. He submitted his thesis yesterday.
Yeah, congratulations. We're pulling for you. Go Londa. Go Londa. All right, so there's the chant. And if it's submitted and it's submitted well.
Oh, shit.
So it looks like 2023 Miss Netherlands. Let's see.
Wow, I didn't even realize. I saw the picture and I was just like, okay, it's another pageant winner. I didn't realize that.
The world is fucked. I'm sorry,
Whatever.
man.
I don't want to get into this.
I know we don't want to get into it, and I'm not going to, but that's bullshit. We all know it is. So if it's bullshit.
How?
I think we know why. How? Miss or Mr. Netherland should it be?
If the motherfucker checks off all the boxes that the rules imply, what can you say?
It's wrong. And
I mean,
it's just weird, man. And I don't
no, of course it's weird, but again, what are the criteria for a pageant? You gotta look good, number one.
Okay.
And then you gotta be able to answer some questions, I guess. I don't know. I don't watch many
Pageants
pageants.
are weird. I wish for world peace. You mean you want me to come over later? And I have a dog. All dogs should go to heaven.
Yeah, exactly. Look, you dress like a woman, you might get it.
I'm not going to dress like a woman. And if I do, I'm not telling you. I will do that on my own time. I might let you guys out there know, but Jared, absolutely not, because it will add more ammunition to his endless rifle. That is assault.
I know, Epic. You're preaching to the choir, but I'm just saying the criteria really doesn't. I don't know. The lines are blurred these days when it comes to stuff like that.
And I'm not so much. I'm not upset by this. I
I
odd.
could care fucking less.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
That shit doesn't matter. To
What
me.
I don't like is it's again pushing the agenda.
Of course.
Yeah, and
we talked about it last week.
I could care less what this person does in their personal life and their whatever their preference is, but that shit is.
Let's. I want to be really real. How many of us actually give a fuck about a pageant?
Nobody.
I don't even think I've watched one fully through ever.
Now, I know my mom sometimes watches the Miss Universe pageant that I've briefly seen, snippets of, throughout the years of my life. But again, it's not. Do you think it's like a dying art, or it's just I wouldn't say an art. Well, it's an art, I guess. It's a pageant. It's glamour and all that stuff. Do you think it's like a dying off kind of thing?
What?
Just pageants in general. I mean, like just
No,
the whole.
it happens. I personally don't give a fuck about them.
Yeah. No.
You go. First of all, I don't know. Some of them may be smart as hell. I don't fucking know. I've never talked to one. Don't give a fuck too, because I don't feel like they would have anything to contribute to what I am interested in.
Absolutely not.
If you want to get, I want to give world peace and the dogs and pet everyone has a dog to pet. Like, bitch, shut up.
I put baby powder around my booty hole.
Nobody cares. Like, I don't give a fuck. You've just been paraded around your entire life. Nobody cares.
Yeah, it is kind of, and it starts when they're young. That's kind of creepy too. There's a lot of creepy shit going on. But regardless, if you guys are into pageants, let us know in the comments below. Would you sign up for a pageant?
This motherfucker probably just changed his name. This is just Al.
What? Allie Ice?
Yeah.
Al?
Because he was like, because he said something about, what did he say? He said earlier, something about when you said your poker or whatever. he said something about that, and then he says, I don't know how often, Jared, I don't know how often you guys read comments, but you can ask RJ to poke me. So that's Al.
Yeah, that's got to be Al. Al, you son of a bitch. Allie Ice. It's kind of a cool name.
We're not that dumb, bro.
We're not that silly. You can't trick us, Al. Well, it sounds like he's got at least nothing going on tonight, apparently, to where he's just fabricating his identity. Was that what I think it was?
This message is wild.
Did we get $1?
It was $1.
Yes, goddamn right, dude.
The message was, poke me from behind, daddy dope.
Oh, my God, Al, please. We're never going to lift off. We're never going to. Dude, by the time we become nationally known, everybody's going to think I'm suspect, if that makes any sense.
They won't. They know it's fucking troll. If you ever been on a Twitch fucking chat, you know motherfuckers troll.
Dude.
Especially if they know the person.
So I was bored at work for about 10 minutes this week, and then that was it. That's all I had before the whirlwind of whatever happened. So, you know, when we first started doing the whole Twitch thing, we got the app on our phone, and we were a really big popular thing, since we were just talking about pageants, is young ladies doing, you know, kind of just
hot
showing
tubs, pools, and backyards or whatever.
Yeah, backyard stuff. Yeah, just very sensual things for a gaming streaming site. Is it really a gaming site anymore, folks? Is it?
No, it's
softcore porn.
Streaming site. What was your point on that?
So I was looking for something. I can't remember what. I think I was looking for something Diablo related, if I can't remember. But then I saw, you know, some recommendations. It was like Apex, blah, blah, blah. And then there was like a chick that was like laying out on her pool. And I was like, I want to read the comments on this shit, right? So I clicked on it, and I'm watching it at work. And, man, comments are crazy.
What was the name?
Oh, I can't remember. It was
Adriana?
No, I would have to look. It was for like 10 minutes, and it was like on Tuesday, so I can't remember. But I was just like, I wonder what people say to these chicks. Like, I've never really read comments. And
it depends on who it is, to be honest.
And after every other comment, it was like, message has been deleted. Message has been deleted.
Oh, moderators.
Dude, but everybody was like, I love your boobs. And just like all this very creepy shit. And they're like, thanks. And it's just like, ugh.
Well, like, I will give you a little. It depends. What I was saying was, it depends on who it is. Because there's a chick. I actually follow her. But she's a pretty famous porn star. She's retired since then. Like, she recently retired because she's the girl who broke her back at TwitchCon last year.
Isn't that
we talked about?
Yeah. No, I know who you're talking about.
Adriana Chechik. But she streams. She legitimately streams games. She rarely does the pool hot tubs and everything. But when she does do it, she's legitimately doing it. Like the other day, she came on and she was with her dogs in her backyard, playing around with her dog and barbecuing and playing in her pool or whatever. But that's not her normal stream. Then, like, maybe 2 hours later, she's in the house fucking playing Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
So she's like legit. She's trying to be looked at as like a legit streamer and not just like that.
Yeah, a piece of meat.
And personally, I've never seen any of her previous work, but I don't know. I kind of started following her after she was on Two Bears One Cave with Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. Because I was like, okay, her story, she got an interesting story, and like, so it was kind of cool. And then, so every now and then I'll pop in when she pops up. I'll pop in and just watch her shit. But I'm not looking to in her chat. Well, now she has it set to subscribers only. So if you don't subscribe to her, you can't say anything. Yeah, because motherfuckers will go in there and say some wild shit and it'll get deleted or whatever.
Dude, people say wild shit.
But that's because they know her from previous shit,
her previous life,
and it's like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. I'm not trying to be that guy that's just in there.
Yeah, but I think some of these guys are serious too.
I know, but they are. That's the thing. When I go to a stream, any of the streamers that I subscribe to, that I follow, I want to get a feel for the community before I just go in there and start blasting shit. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to go in there and start trash talking the streamer straight off break. Like, I don't know this dude, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's the best way to get booted anyway, you know what I'm saying? But if you got quality content that I fuck with, then I'm in there, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm not trying to be the guy in somebody's chat that just doing on some wild shit.
Yeah, like
I'm not talking about anybody in this chat. I'm just.
But it's like, and I was just reading some of it, and I'm thinking, man, this is fucking weird, dude. Like, there is somebody out there sitting in front of his computer or on his phone with a hard on, just like, yeah, rub the lotion on the skin, old Buffalo Bill and shit, just being all creepy and stuff.
But it's not just there. It's
I know it's
like on Instagram. Like hot chicks will post their pictures, and then you start reading some of the comments. It's like, God damn, motherfucker, you go whack off.
Well, yeah,
somewhere.
like go in a bush. Well, no, don't do it in a bush. That means you're in public. Do it in your house, away from everybody, not in public. Sorry, I watched the first season or so of You, and it was very odd. I will tell you that much.
Yeah, I saw that season. I liked it, but it's
not
not my type. I don't like those fucking murder shows. It's ugh.
Well, that one's like murder plus weird, a little extra.
Yeah, fucking psychopath.
Yeah, he was just beaten off in a bush. It was very
well. He's a fucking murderer. Also,
yeah. I was just like, what am I watching? Like, I started laughing.
But chicks love that show.
Oh, I know they do, because they're all sociopaths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
sorry,
I don't know if that's what it is, but there's some. I forgot what the theory behind. Actually, there was an article that popped up. I didn't read the whole thing, but they were saying people who watch true crime on a regular basis, like to relax, are like psychopaths.
No wonder I've been single for this long in my life.
It's wild, man. Like some people will literally like use that shit to relax before they go to sleep.
Now I know I talk about my cop shows, Law and Order, and some of that's like Criminal Minds.
That's not the same thing.
But I don't go
I'm
to
talking
bed.
about watching Dahmer and shit.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't watch that to relax. I watch that to be hopefully entertained by a quality TV show. But I'm not like, hey, you know what's going to put me to bed? Murder. Like, no. That is kind of fucking wild if you think about it.
There's not much true crime shit that I don't really fuck with. Like,
No.
It's all, I don't know, man. Everything is pretty much the same these days.
And so here, in that, I'm glad you said that, because that essentially kind of rolls back into when I was talking about the writer's strike and, the streaming and stuff. We were talking about Disney Plus and Marvel, and I've read a couple, I wouldn't say articles, well, yeah, more or less, that do you feel that the market in terms of Marvel movies is oversaturated now since we just have access to it at all times, excuse me.
The market for Marvel movies?
Or just content in general, because I feel like there's.
Well, first of all, Disney Plus don't have shit.
Okay.
Not that I want to watch. Anything that they have, I've already seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really want to watch it again. I saw. I know Sean talked shit about it, but Quantumania, I saw it. There's nothing I need to see again.
I got you. It filled that scratch that itch. So
no, it's just continuing the story. It's like if I was to go back in the day, if I was to go buy a comic book, I read one comic book, boom, I'm done with that comic book. What's the next part of the story?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is for me, and that's how I treat them. I treat them like just
a
big
chapter,
visual comic books.
That's essentially what they are.
Yeah, and that's why like when people say, "Oh, it wasn't that good," I'm like, bro, it's a fucking comic book. Relax, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I look at it honestly, man. I kind of look at it in the same way too. It's a portion of the story. We're at this portion of it, and again, it's like once it ends, we already know there's going to be more to it. But what is leading up to the next sequence of events or whatever the case may be, and I was just curious of what your thoughts were on that, because I thought about it, and at least with this phase of Marvel, I actually have seen very little of some of the newer stuff. And, obviously shame on me for that. I don't know if it's because
it's all available now.
Yeah.
Except for maybe you don't have, I don't know, is that on Disney yet? Quantumania?
Quantumania? No, believe it or not, I actually haven't been on Disney Plus in a while.
Oh.
I've been actually on
well, Secret
Paramount.
Invasion is good.
Oh,
I like Secret Invasion.
Well, I would hope it's good. It's one, it's Samuel L. Jackson, and two, it's Nick Fury.
Well,
So.
it's not just Samuel L. Jackson. It's Don Cheadle.
Oh yeah, see, I'm sold. You don't have even. You could say it's fucking 15 other people. I'm already happy.
It's pretty wild. And it's
Okay.
only in episode 4 right now. So
All right. I'll definitely check this out because, see, now, when it comes to, I think I'm more attracted to major characters.
what do you mean?
Well,
Guardians of the Galaxy. You should have seen that already.
no, so I can actually download it on my Xbox. They actually have it available.
Get to it because it's fucking good.
The only downside is I can't rent it. I can only buy it, and it's like $20. And I don't want to.
Wait till it's on fucking Disney Plus then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I haven't watched it yet.
It should be there.
Well, shit. Well, again, I haven't been on Disney Plus in a while, so maybe it is. So here, can anybody verify that since we're talking about it? Is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 on Disney Plus currently?
We could probably find it. I told you I can show you how to get shit. But there's a new site.
Oh, okay. I know Jared always knows there's always a way, as our good friend Al Peppers.
Epic is talking about fucking. It helps you rewatch Halo so you recognize what an amazing show it was. I'm gonna go with no, and I still will not watch that shit.
I will tell you, I got to, I think, like the 5th or 6th episode. I can't finish it, man. I never finished it. And it's not because I don't love Halo. It's because it's not a good show. It's just not. It has all the Halo things in it, but it's not Halo, if that makes any sense. It's like really weird. And I wanted to like it. I wanted to love it. I do. Because if anybody knows me, knows how passionate I am about Halo. The show stinks. And I know I was down here trying to defend it.
Oh, no. I know you were. And I'm telling you, bro.
And I knew that you, even if it was a good show, you still would probably be like, it's still Halo. But I think for me, I was just hoping for it to get better.
Let's put it this way. If it was a good show, I would have watched it.
I know that. I would never question anything you tell me to watch.
Because I don't know. Like Citadel, I'll give you, that's a perfect example. Citadel was a new show that was on Amazon Prime or Amazon Video. Shit was trash to me. Some people were like, oh my God, it's so great. Like, no, it wasn't. It was a fake ass. If it was a fake ass Jack Ryan, for real. You know what? No, it was Jack Ryan and Mr. and Mrs. Smith mixed.
Ooh,
It was gross.
Yeah.
It was so gross.
I don't even, that combination sounds awful, dude. Jack Ryan and Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, it was,
which are pretty good in their own right.
But Jack Ryan, the last and final season of that, I just finished that today. Shit's still fire. I mean, the thing about that show, it's good and it's been consistent every season. You know what you expect. You know it's a Tom Clancy thing or a based in Tom Clancy Jack Ryan world. So you get what you think you're gonna get, and it's consistent every season. And now they're done. They went in. They did what they had to do. This is the final season. Boom, they're out.
All right,
That's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? You don't go in there and you start trying to milk the shit for all you can, because then that's when you start losing, like Game of Thrones. Like we already talked about that before.
And that goes, again, to my credit with, I know we were talking about it last week with Sean, but with Breaking Bad. Went out on a high note, most popular show.
That was 6 seasons.
6 seasons. The first season is only, I think, like 6 episodes.
Oh, okay.
So, and I think the last season is only a handful as well.
It went in, got the job done.
I mean, went like kapow,
And
then
came
just
in guns a-blazing, moseyed on out of town after he killed all the fucking enemies.
and rode off into the sunset. And people
there
still
it
talk. And people still talk about.
Oh yeah, bro. Every day that shit comes up on some stream that I'm watching. I mean, I only watch like 2 streamers for the most part. I mean, I go into other people's stuff, but like when they start talking about shows, Breaking Bad always immediately comes up. Sopranos comes up. Sons
Sons of Anarchy.
and then for some reason, I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. Mayans is not that great of a. It's not better than Sons of Anarchy. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
No. It's okay. I watched the first season of it, and then I wanted to get back into it.
I watched the first season too, and
But you're right. They're milking a great series, and I'll give you a really good example. I'll look at The Walking Dead. Okay.
Oh, fuck that show.
And put it this way: when The Walking Dead, and I'm a fan to a degree. I never read the comics. I know that the comics are.
Never heard of Mayans?
Yeah, Mayans is the spinoff for Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, the Mexican motorcycle gangs instead of.
Yeah, not a terrible show, but not nearly on par with.
Yeah, it
with
wasn't
Sons.
Sons of Anarchy level. Although the ending of Sons of Anarchy was questionable. But.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Go ahead.
But regardless, oh shit, I'm having a thought. What was I saying? What was I just saying?
Fuck. You were talking about. The fuck were you talking about?
I don't know. Holy fuck, dude, brain fart, like legit brain fart. Damn, I do this to you all the time.
Yeah.
Wow, it sucks.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm so sorry, man. I'm sorry it's taken 5 years for me to realize that.
I fucking told you,
dude.
bro.
I swear I had something really golden on the tip of my tongue. No homo.
Oh my god!
But
the fact that you have to point it out makes it that way.
Well, that's a part of the joke.
Emotional damage.
I'm not going to say it. Don't worry.
I know you thought about it.
I did, and I do it well. No, but shows like that come in, go boom, and they leave. Oh yeah, The Walking Dead. That's what I was talking about. Okay,
we know it was trash though.
So
trash.
The first couple seasons of The Walking Dead, I think are great, and then it becomes really fucking weird after a while. I mean,
yeah, but you can only fucking find so many survivors, kill so many zombies before the shit just gets repetitive.
and it becomes
repetitive.
It becomes like its own government. If that, it's like politics almost.
Stupid. The best thing that came out of that was when Dave Chappelle did that skit on Saturday Night Live.
Dude, we don't deserve Dave Chappelle. We really don't.
Yes, we do.
well, we do, and we love him. No, but then they're making like the spinoff, like Walking Dead, New York City, or just some shit, and it's
there's like 2 new spinoffs.
Yeah, and they're just milking it, and I know that as a fan of anything,
but that's also that came from comic books, so they're
that's fine. That's fine, but I know it's.
Some would argue that Marvel's doing the same thing, or Disney, whatever.
To a degree, but I know it's going to be a lesser form of what the original is, and no matter what kind of spinoff I watch. I will say Better Call Saul is an awesome show.
I heard it was. I'm just not going to get into it.
But it just, like, if I know there's a spinoff coming, I know I'm not really going to watch it, because it's like, I know this is not going to be nearly as good as whatever the original was. So that's just how I feel about spinoffs in general.
Well, hey, spinoffs are not, nah.
And I'll give you a really good example, not of spinoffs, but of things being prolonged too long. And this is the best example, as much as I love the show, the characters, all that, is The Simpsons. A cartoon that's been on for 30 some odd years at this point.
It's not even the same writers anymore, is it?
I would think to a slight degree, but yeah, it's probably got a bunch of new writers. I mean, younger people coming up.
Well, that's the thing about that show is there's always a new crop of people that can, because we all grew up on it. I mean, actually, I was around before it started, so like, I remember I used to watch the Tracy Ullman show. That was the first time we ever saw them, because it was the Tracy Ullman show, and then the Gary Shandling show was before that, I think. But then, yeah, the Tracy Ullman show came on, so I used to watch all that shit.
Yeah,
and then I kind of remember the vague of how the lines were kind of squiggly, and so I remember, but I didn't realize what it was until later, until I found out, oh, that's what that was. Because Tracy Ullman show was weird, man. It was a sketch comedy show that was, Tracy Ullman was out there, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Probably doing acid or mushrooms, if I had to guess.
I don't know. Some comedians.
Some sort of LSD.
Comedians do that shit.
Probably some sort of suppository. But we won't talk about that. No, but I think The Simpsons is a really good example of a show that's, and I hate saying this because it's a big part of my childhood, and I think a part of my sense of humor too.
Oh, that explains a lot.
It does. It probably does. So I think it's, I wouldn't say time for it to end, because it is situational. They do try to keep with the times, but it's not what it used to be.
Of course not. But it's not for you anymore.
And that, I think, hurts my feelings a little bit, because I love them and I don't want them to leave.
Man, come on, man.
I know it's the nostalgia and all the stuff that we're not allowed to feel or like.
No, nobody said you're not allowed to feel it, but you have to realize sometimes when you've outgrown something.
I feel that way when I put on shoes and pants. Yeah.
Huh?
Anyway, no, I know what you're saying. It's, you move on with your life. That's like me in professional wrestling. I stopped watching it for years, and then for some reason I'm watching it again because I'm just a mark.
Because you're around that guy.
Yeah, I like that guy, and I'm not going to do it.
No, he's fine, but like, bruh, he's got to. I don't know.
Don't worry, we'll be in Philly next year for WrestleMania.
I'm not going to that.
You're
shit.
coming. We're
No.
buying a ticket. We're shoving you in a suitcase, a big one, so you have space.
I don't want to see that shit.
But I'm sure you'd have fun. It's got to be an experience, man. It's
It's
WrestleMania.
not something I want to. It's not. I don't want to say waste my money. It's not something I want to spend my money on.
That's why we're buying you a ticket, because I know you won't buy one. That's why I know. So I've been saving $1, especially the dollar donated today by our good friend Allie Ice. Shout out to Allie Ice. $1 a day.
The man who changes his Twitch name more than anyone else.
No, that sounds like our good friend Shock Boa.
I don't know who that is.
It's one of our gaming buddies. He changes his gamer tag like twice in like a week, and he's been doing that for probably like the last
Gamer
50.
tag is one thing, but your Twitch.
Well, yeah, that's true, but it just makes me think of him because it's hilarious. Every time he gets on, I'm like, who the fuck is this person? I'm like, oh, it's him. So when I pick a gamer tag, and Epic will attest to this, we always, because we used to, and we still do, have this thing where if you think of a good, we call them nerd tags. It's like, hey, I got a good idea for a nerd tag. Just a good name, like something different. It's not like if you get online and it's like, and you're like Vismad Scientist 1 through 1, 2, 3. It's like, nah, that's whack. We want.
I don't put numbers behind my shit like
Yeah,
you do.
I don't put numbers. Well, I did for the original stream.
Yeah, I know.
Just because it's a Twitch name, and I'll fix it. Well, it is fixed, but
The thing is, if it's a branding thing, like you want everything, especially in the game, like you want your tag to be the same as your fucking Twitch name if you're a streamer. So like if I'm a streamer and I'm pretty big and I go on someone sees me on somebody else's stream, they see my tag like, oh, I wonder if this person's on Twitch. Like it's a marketing thing. It's like it's just branding, bro.
yeah. Oh, I know. I understand that. But I'll tell you something, and again, Epic will attest to this. There is nothing like a good nerd tag. We've had some really good ones over the years, and just kind of making up stuff. So I appreciate when I run into somebody with a fucking really good gamer tag. I like legit like something very original. I will message them and say I like your gamer tag. I know that sounds weird and random, but I appreciate
Definitely.
because that person put thought into their name, like real thought into their name. Like it's the first time I saw a guy named Dixie Normus. It's like Dixie, like the cup, and then Normus.
I figured it out when you said it. I'm
yeah,
not
I know,
stupid.
but it's hilarious. Is it childish? Yes.
It's not that great.
No, we've
I've seen
some
some funnier ones, like when they're granular into like kind of like the community, when it applies to the community and only the people in that community know what it would mean.
Yeah.
That's when the shit's funny.
Yeah, no, there's
I can't give you an example because nobody would know what I was talking about.
no, and if anybody knows of a good gamer tag they've seen recently, let us know, please. What's a good gamer tag to you? And I'll tell you right now, I've grown up since I was a child because I'm obviously an adult now. Numbers in your gamer tag or any Twitch handle or whatever it is unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, that means you haven't thought about something else.
Yeah. So you know what my original gamer tag was on Xbox Live when it first came out? You're gonna laugh at me. It was Crazy with a K because I thought I was cool. I am cool. Anyway,
keep going.
it's Crazy RG, as in G because I'm a G, right? And it was like and a couple numbers. I can't remember what the numbers were. And I thought it was super
This
badass.
motherfucker put his birth year on there. Or some shit.
I think I did. It's like
1985.
yeah, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's old as fuck." But I was in high school at the time. But I thought I was so badass. And then I get online and everybody's like, "Yo, who's this fucking douchebag?" And then it's just like, "Oh my god, they like me." They don't.
No, they didn't.
And
Not
that
at
is
all.
when a couple years went by. Then I changed it to Mike Skills 23 because that's when I was dropping Hood Classics.
Jesus
all right.
Christ. You know what I got right now from listening to these?
Emotional damage.
I felt the same way. I really did. And I can't remember how this occurred, but I was like, you know what, man? I got to change my name. I got to have a badass name. I can't have numbers. Makes me look like a little punk. Makes me look like a little boy. Oh, my God. Who's insulting me now?
Nobody, but I was reading one that Londa posted. The ones that Epic posted, they're Billabong Legend.
Billabong Legend. Yes, the original Billabong Legend.
Some of these are like just normal, like good vibration.
It's a good gamer tag though. It's original.
I can't see it.
A sign from God. That was always a good one. So many assists. I remember that one too.
But here's one. Phil McHunt.
Yeah, I've seen that, dude. There's a couple real good ones out there, really creative ones. But I remember I was trying to think of a cool name. I was like, yo, I want to be some super Halo badass. I want everybody to fear me. And I had an issue, and I've told this story a long time ago. I had an issue of the most recent copy of Double XL magazine for you young folks out there.
Yes, magazines. There's these things that were paper, and they had pictures and words, and they had articles, and you could read it, and then they came out every week. It's not like a newspaper. It was more colorful than a newspaper. I don't know.
Yeah. So, and this was around the time the Clips, and that's Virginia's finest, 2 Up, 2 Down, folks, had dropped their sophomore album, Hell Hath No Fury.
Why are you talking like a fucking journalist?
Because
Hell hath no fury.
Well, dude,
the Clips, which is I forgot their names. Goddamn. Oh, Pusha T and Malice.
Yeah, who's now found God.
They got an album coming out.
Yeah,
together.
That's dope though.
Another Clips album.
I will listen to that till my ears fall off. No, but I was reading it, and at the very end of the article, it was like, this album is classic. It's great. This album is pure, uncut dope.
Are they the ones that had the mics, or was that Vibe?
No, I think that's a Source.
Source, man.
Yeah, the Source. Yeah, the Source. Wish I got 5 mics in the Source.
Okay, get on.
Instead, I got 5 bricks and a Porsche.
Bro, nobody knows that.
It's Young Jesus.
We know, but nobody knows that.
Dude, but still.
Me and you know, but they don't know.
But it was pure, uncut dope. And then it just, light bulb. I was like, that's who I am. I'm dope. That is how I came up with my gamer tag about, 15 some odd years ago. I read it in a Double XL magazine.
Me, on the other hand, Viz Mad Scientist has been my gamer tag since the day one.
Yeah, when he came out the womb with
Actually,
grenades.
I came up with Viz Mad Scientist for Instagram first.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just started using it for everything.
I like this.
But I never really was like an online gamer until probably one of the Modern Warfares, maybe.
Yeah.
So I never really needed a gamer tag.
Yeah.
Like what that transition between when games were just off, like I want to say PS2, and then when did I start that shit? Probably it wasn't till later, like because I wasn't like an online gamer. I like playing just the campaigns and playing offline, and playing with friends at parties or whatever.
Yeah, no, and that's how a lot of us grew up. And even for me, when Xbox Live first became a thing, I remember I took the day off of school. Okay. You had to go out and buy the subscription card. It came with the original headset with a little microphone, just the very basic stuff. And I was down in my basement. I was hooking up my Ethernet cable.
There you go again.
Yeah.
Ethernet.
I just can't do it. Well,
you can't do it, but you can't say it right. That's the problem.
Tomato.
No.
Ethernet cable. I was, don't worry, my dad used to
know
talk
what ether
shit.
is, right?
You mean fuck Jay-Z? You mean Nas?
Like the spray or ether in the universe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
I am aware.
Ether.
So I was hooking up my Ethernet cable.
You sound like you're saying, Aunt Esther.
Please don't do that to me. But I remember plugging it in. I was calling my cable company. I had Cox at the time.
I have Cox now.
Yeah. We all love Cox. Actually, I have Cox currently. And nothing like...
Do you have Cox currently?
Yeah, currently. I mean...
Where's my fucking shit?
I mean, if you're... there we go.
It took me 5 minutes to get there.
Well, it doesn't matter. You still got it. I'm proud of you. But I remember calling the cable company, and they were like, yep. They were like... Because I was having issues, I plugged it in. They were like, well, you probably need to refresh your modem. This is kind of how I learned all this stuff. And so I disconnected my modem for about a minute, refreshed it.
That's how you learned it?
Stop.
I'm just saying.
It was kind of a learning experience. I was maybe 14 at the time or so.
But everybody, when you grow up playing video games, the first thing you do is like you turn the shit off. If something's wrong, you turn it off. Well, like Nintendo, man.
Well, this is my first time hooking something up to the internet too. So, like, besides the computer, I don't know how a modem or a router worked at the time.
You reboot. If the computer's not working, then you reboot the computer. That's just. I mean, I just think it's kind of common sense.
It is now, but it wasn't at the time. That's why I called, and they were very nice. The young lady on the phone. Mm-hmm. So I hooked up, and 2 of my buddies were with me, and we finally got connected to Xbox Live. And it was, I think, the first game I played was Splinter Cell Chaos Theory or Pandora Tomorrow, one of the two. Online, it was and then I had Rainbow Six Siege.
I played that one.
And then a very underrated original Xbox title, and I hope someday they maybe remake it or something, but was very slept on, is called MechAssault, where you're a giant robot. It's basically a giant robot war.
Didn't they do that? Didn't they have that like in like a place like Dave and Buster's where you're like actually in this big ass thing?
It's very possible, yes. Or it's kind of like
Mech Wars or some shit like
it's
that.
probably the same concept, but MechAssault was a really fun game. I just remember, and then not too long after that, Halo 2 came out.
Okay, relax with the fucking enunciation of Halo 2.
Because it changed the world forever.
I think I played Halo, the first Halo, before I played anything. That was the first thing I ever played on Xbox.
Oh, it was the first
thing
I
I
played on.
A friend's house, and
same thing.
We just so it wasn't like.
But I'll never forget hooking up to Xbox Live for the first time, and I'm here 20 years later, still being just a fat child. I love it. I just love it. It is who I am. I'm just saying.
Anyway,
okay, fine.
Ain't no fucking new games coming out, right?
So what I'm looking forward to, here at the beginning of I would say close to fall, is Starfield.
Oh yeah, we talked about that already.
So I'm looking forward to that, and then I'm also looking forward to, as of right now, or I mean in general, is the Metal Gear Solid remaster collection that's coming out in October.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat.
Ooh, that looks great too. So
that one's gonna be a fun one.
They, believe it or not, their last couple games, even though I haven't played them, have been very well reviewed.
No, they're good.
Yeah,
it's just kind of overwhelming. Like I'm hoping they kind of go back to simplicity a little bit with the Mortal Kombat series.
And
so we'll see. Like if it's Mortal Kombat 1, it needs to be Mortal Kombat 1. I know they changed the story, but it needs to be. I don't know.
Fighting games is.
I was around when the fucking originals came out. Like I had to fucking put in the code in my Genesis to get the fucking shit to work.
Yeah, dude. Man,
for the blood.
Oh man, what a time to be alive, dude. But Mortal Kombat, just like most fighting games is a genre of gaming that I enjoy. I'm not very good at them.
I'm not either. Tekken, like, bro, we used to have. I remember going to the arcade, dating myself again, and motherfuckers used to put their quarters on the thing to say they had next for like the Tekken shit.
Oh yeah, that's a very tell us how old you really are.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
like we used to put our quarters. So for anybody out there who doesn't know, like we had these things called arcades
before the internet ruined everything.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
pretty
pretty
not
much.
Everybody's just stuck in their house playing games and shit. But this at this time you had to go out to play games. I mean, you had your consoles. You had Nintendo, maybe PlayStation around that same time. I don't think Xbox was out yet.
No, man. I mean, I think arcades at that point were, I don't want to say dying out, but
no. Yeah, by the time that came around, it was pretty much dying out. But anyway, my whole point is like there would be lines for everybody wanting to play Tekken. Well, I think it was Tekken 2 maybe at the time. And so to show that you were playing next, you put your quarter up on the thing and it would rest up there and people would they know that you're the next person in line to play the game. So when someone lost, you took that spot.
Man, good times, man. Dude, man, we need to find an arcade, man. There's got to be. I know there's one somewhere.
There's some. I know I think I said this before, but I was thinking about a while ago, and they already have these. I wanted to do like a nostalgic type bar where you have nothing but older games. Like you got Time Crisis, Tekken 2.
Dude, Time Crisis is my shit.
Time Crisis is my shit, bro.
Dude,
I used to fucking murder motherfuckers in that shit.
Dude, the cool thing about Time Crisis is that it actually came out for, believe it or not, when I had a Sega Saturn back in the day.
Mhm.
And it came with the light gun and everything, and you plugged it in. Man, I would be standing in my living room.
First of all, that light gun was behind the times because Nintendo came out with that before. Duck Hunt was off of that shit.
I know. I understand that. But the fact that I was using not a standard controller at home was really cool to me. It's like if you got a racing game and you got the steering wheel and all that, I set it up on a table and all
Get
that
back
stuff.
to the arcade.
So, but Time Crisis is, I think, one of the most classic arcade games you can play. I mean, you just point at the screen, reload, and then you can swap between the types of ammo you have. It's just really cool. It is the definition of a 90s arcade game. It really is. It's super.
They still have it. It's on like Time Crisis 4 or 5 now.
And another big, I think my favorite fighting series, and I'm not throwing shade at any fighting series. I love Mortal Kombat. I love Street Fighter. I love Tekken. I am a huge Soul Calibur fan. Because Soul Calibur is just fucking awesome to me. And
That wasn't really an arcade game though.
no, it is in arcades, but I just think because the original Soul Calibur came out on Dreamcast. And it at the time,
Yeah, that's not a classic arcade game though.
it's a classic fighting game. But in terms of arcade, you're right.
101? Nah, bro. No. Soul Calibur was a console game. Like they probably had it for arcade, but it wasn't like Time Crisis was an arcade game. You're not gonna get that on any console. Tekken, it only went to console because it was so popular, but it started in the arcade. Mortal Kombat started in the arcade. All the games back in the day used to start in the arcade. NBA Jam was in the arcade.
A very, very classic arcade
way
game.
before it
Yeah,
ever got to the
that's
fucking
a good
console.
one. That's a very good one.
And those are the games. Fucking what was it? Marvel vs. Capcom arcade.
Oh, that's a very, very underrated one.
Yeah.
It's very praised, but I don't think it gets the respect it deserves.
And
Awesome
wasn't there?
fighting game.
Wait, well, there was one that was, or was that the one? No, that was the one. It was that wasn't like traditional fighting style. Like it was kind of like more of like a Double Dragon type game.
Oh, yeah.
Am I thinking of the same game, or is that just straight X-Men? But anyway, like you would have people come from each side, but you would have teams that would come in and you would fight each other. But then there was also an X-Men game where you pick like 2 or 3 play, like you could pick Wolverine or
and swap them
Morph.
out.
Yeah. That was just straight X-Men, right? I can't remember.
That sounds more like Marvel vs. Capcom to me.
Maybe it was.
Just because I know at least in those games you swap characters out, so maybe it is the same.
But that used to be my other shit.
That was Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was also on Dreamcast, and I played the shit out of it.
I'm talking about the very first one was in the arcade, and because I remember we went to my mom had a work trip in Vegas, and the Excalibur, which is still there, the hotel is still there, the one that looks like a castle, or whatever. They had this fucking big, well, it might have been big when I was a kid, but they had this big arcade in there, and they had all these games, and I stayed in that fucking place. Like my mom would be off doing her class or whatever for work, and I'd be in the arcade all fucking day, just playing fucking NBA Jam, Marvel vs. Capcom, fucking Mortal Kombat. Time Crisis was in there. There was a couple of driving games. Oh, my other favorite arcade game was Daytona 500.
That's an awesome one.
No, not 500. Was it Daytona USA?
Yeah, Daytona USA,
Yeah.
and I was also a huge fan of Road Rash.
Road Rash was
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Not sure if I quite remember Road Rash though.
Road Rash was the motorcycle
one. Yeah.
Big Road Rash guy. Man, dude, arcade. We got to bring this back. We need to go to simpler times, folks.
Yeah, well, the hard part is going to be finding those games.
Oh man, dude.
And then you could easily find a location to put, but you got to find all those games, make sure they work, find somebody who can fix them on a regular basis.
Yeah, you got to think about that too.
Because it's like Dave and Buster's is cool,
to a degree,
but I think I would want it would be a bar, but I'd want it to be. I want like the bar section to look like the place where you go get all your fucking prizes and shit.
That would be sweet, man.
Instead of getting prizes, I don't know. This is just my imagination popping off right now.
No, that's good.
I want it to look like an old arcade, like the old carpet.
Dude, I appreciate an old style carpet. And you know that the place is fire if it's got that old carpet smell to it too.
Yeah.
Like I know that sounds fucking weird as shit, but
That's kids throwing up on it.
yeah, there's probably like blood stains and sweat, and it's like, oh man,
They had too much candy and they threw up.
yeah,
all over
just
the place.
like, oh my god, why is it discolored over here? That little kid barfed.
Sweaty because motherfuckers don't know how to take care of their fucking underarms at adolescence.
Do you know? Do you know what's a great example of that just popped in my mind? Was the roller skating rink that was off of Franconia Road. Dude, talk about a dusty ass carpet and floor, dude. Oh my god, you go in there and it just smells of just nastiness.
Oh, so Epic said that they had one down the road from him. He said it's a pain in the ass to deliver the coins and prizes and tickets. Homeless people gather there. Yeah, that would be a problem. We would have to figure out a way to. I don't know. Apparently, I had a coworker when I was in Atlanta. When was I in Atlanta?
Maybe a year ago, or was it? Maybe it was a little
This
longer
year.
than.
I think it was this.
Oh, you did go this year, didn't you? Earlier in the year, or was it at the end of last year that you went? I know you went somewhat recently.
Oh no, yeah, it was February of this year. So anyway, a coworker had found a place that was supposed to be like that. She was like, "Yeah, we should go," and then for some reason we didn't end up going. I guess because we went to dinner with the rest of everybody else, and then by the time we got back to the hotel, I was like, I'm not trying to go anywhere. But anyway, yeah. So they definitely exist. It's just
They're probably few and far between to some degree. I feel like we'd have a better time finding them in the Midwest than we would here. Or I feel like it would be in a more rural area.
Yeah, I don't want a Midwest. No offense, I don't want a Midwest one.
Yeah,
I want it to be like, I'm saying I want all the nostalgic type of stuff that we were talking about, but there has to be a gimmick to where it's modern enough where you don't have homeless people gathering around it. And it doesn't seem like
there's a bunch of homeless people.
It doesn't seem like the only thing they drink there is Budweiser. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sorry about that, folks. It's just the American way, even though it's not American anymore.
Notice I left one beer out, but that's just
not a problem with leaving one beer out because we don't drink it.
Yeah. Looks like water anyway.
Yeah, fucking piss water beer. You. But
speaking of that, we can go back to the beginning of this podcast, or not beginning of this podcast, but back when that whole shit first started. Did I not say that was a bad marketing move on their part?
Absolutely, 100%.
100% I said that.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? They've lost billions of dollars. And I'm not joking. We can look it up.
Here.
Billions.
But that's what happens, unfortunately, when you have what we had up earlier on the screen going on in the Netherlands. But that's what happens when you take something that everybody loves. What were they thinking? You know, like, it's like, hey, you know what?
They wanted to, the same thing we were talking about last week. Hold on. Same thing we were talking about last week, where they want to be a part of the whatever. They want to seem like they're being included in everything. Hold on, give me a second.
Yeah, so Jared's looking up the quote-unquote Bud Light sales. Well, I wouldn't say quote-unquote, it's Bud Light. But since the aggressive type of marketing campaign from several months ago, which I'm sure all of you remember at this point.
Don't say aggressive. That's too far.
Yeah, well, it's not aggressive. It was just different, very different. And it's obviously upset the world, or mostly Americans, I should say. Look at that, dude. Bud Light parent Anheuser-Busch stock has lost $27 billion over Dylan Mulvaney, dude. Oh, my God. What a astronomical dollar.
This was as of June 2nd, 2023.
Okay, so this is about a month and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's even more now.
And I said it. I called it. I was like, it's not a great marketing move.
$27 billion, dude.
A lot of fucking money.
That's a lot of fucking beer, dude, because that beer isn't relatively expensive to begin with. So you got to just think about that for a second. If you go buy just a standard beer, nothing crazy like an IPA or anything, like a Bud Light or a Heineken.
But I guarantee, if anybody who, like, if we were bigger and anybody who kind of didn't, I don't want to say agree with our point of view, but if they heard that, they would have been trying to cancel me. They were like, oh, wow, you blah, 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 this, that, and I'm like, no, motherfucker. This is what marketing is.
Yeah.
You fucking pick your target market, you market toward them. As soon as you deviate, that's when you start losing people.
Well, deviate, alienate too is another very good word.
Yeah, y'all see, I'm trying not to use combative words. Alienate is a combative word. No, you deviate from the fucking plan or the target market. Because I'm using it as a business teaching moment, not as a political. Excuse me. Like y'all keep saying alienate, like that's a political term. A business term, business wise, like look, we know who our market is. Somebody in that room should have been like, I don't think we should do this.
I would like to think when these decisions are made, there are several adults present.
But guess what? They probably felt like they were going to get, in that case, alienated.
Oh, man. This is a little deeper than we think, folks.
No, it's not that deep. It's just people got to be like willing to actually look at things for what they are and not for what they would like them to be.
I understand. I understand that a lot. And, man, that's pretty nuts, dude. $27 billion. But you got to think about it, too. Like, if we went to 7-Eleven right now and bought a six-pack of, say I went and bought a six-pack of Budweiser, probably like $10, or so. You
hope.
Yeah, I hope. I give or take a few bucks.
Probably 15 these days.
Well, yeah, with inflation.
And a pack of cigarettes, like, fucking $16, $20.
I don't know. I don't smoke anymore.
Not me either. I'm just saying, but.
Oh God,
that's what I heard. It was they're like $16, $15, maybe $20.
Unfortunately, I will ask somebody who is in this house, and I won't. And if she tells me, I'm probably gonna get upset.
This guy, you did that one last week.
Yeah. So, what did he do now?
I'm talking about Epic. Him and his. Never mind. Keep going.
Yeah. No, but but still, $27 billion. And if you go buy a case of cans, it's probably maybe $18, $19. Probably a little more now. But you think about that. And $27 billion. And I can't do math very well. But anyway, it's a shitload of beer. A shitload of it. And it just, I guess, I don't want to say you get what you deserve, but you were kind of asking for it. No offense. That's just me, though. That's just me.
Yeah, $10. I don't know how recent this is.
Oh wow, that's actually got a map on it, or like a legend to a degree.
It's a map.
Some sort of key
it's
to
not
the universe.
Exact, but it's a map.
Let's say so. So VA's
we're
over
toward
there.
The bottom.
We're towards the bottom. Okay.
So we're here. So we're in the lighter area.
So I'm assuming the darker it is, the higher
the more expensive it is.
The more expensive it is.
But like New York. Let me pull it up. So
I've always known everything in New York is expensive, so that doesn't surprise me at all.
Not a fun place to be.
Rhode Island. That's kind of fucking random, but it's up in that.
How's it random?
I don't know. Just
it's been there forever.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. That just wasn't like something I was expecting to see, and it's just like, hey, Rhode Island. I don't know, I'm scratching my eyeballs. Well, rubbing my eyeballs, folks. Now I can see into the future. I can tell what religion you are.
More fucking ads. What is this telling me not to smoke? I'm not smoking, motherfucker. I'm telling people not to smoke.
Yeah, see, you said it, and then it appears as an ad. They're listening to us. They're probably hopefully you guys like the podcast. Could you imagine if we were really being spied on?
Don't want to. Well, I mean, we probably are.
Yeah, but if they're listening, I hope you guys like the show. I'm just saying.
They don't. That's why they're spying. If they're really spying, they're trying to make sure we don't say no wild shit.
The government is a lie. See you next week. Like, nah, like, what if I just got up and like ran out like Sideshow Bob does, or what was it?
You can't run because you're gonna rip everything apart.
Yeah, I don't want to break anything because I did not pay for any of this.
Oh
folks.
My God,
I didn't. I'm just saying. And I'm gonna bounce the boobs one time. Hold up, look at them bounce. All right, sorry, I had to do it at least.
I like
once.
how they're like lopsided
because they're so massive. Look at them tig old bitties.
All right,
but okay. Okay, so what I wanted to say briefly before we wrap the show up is that my stream and I hope you guys join me here later this evening and throughout this upcoming week. I have decided, because it just kind of hit me randomly, that I will be playing through the Shenmue series. Just because, in my opinion, it is one of the greatest games ever made. Obviously, the game is 20 some odd years old, and if people, they're like, "What are you playing? What are you watching?"
Tell them your Twitch.
Yeah, which is going to be forever_dope/Twitch TV.
Go get a follow.
Yeah, give me a follow. I had quite a few people watching me earlier playing Shenmue. The story of Ryo Hazuki, who is trying to avenge his father's murder by a Chinaman by the name of Lan Di. And everybody's like, "What are you doing? What does that mean?"
Why? By what?
Chinaman. That's how they address him in the game.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not just saying like, hey!
I would probably say Chinese man.
Hey, the Chinaman. Yeah, it does sound pretty bad. Well, I'm only referencing quotable stuff in the game. But a very, very important part of gaming history, because not only did this game graphically blow everything out of the water at the time, it invented what is used in a lot of games today, the quick time event, where it's not so much, it's an interactive cutscene where you have to push buttons in a sequence, and since there is a martial arts style to the game, some fighting moments, it really just...
a martial arts style to the game.
Well, there's it's karate.
I mean, he's a ninja, so of course.
Well, no, he's not a ninja.
What is he?
He's just he's an 18-year-old teenager. Well, he's and his father was murdered in his dojo, and then Fukusan and Ine-san.
Oh, he was murdered in his dojo.
Yeah, his father was.
Which is a what?
All right, you win.
Oh no, I always win.
So, folks, make sure you check me out playing Shenmue and Shenmue 2 this upcoming week as I kind of dwindle off Diablo slightly for the time being.
Thank the heavens.
Until next Thursday when Season 1 drops. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I keep hearing people, "Oh, you're going to play," asking, "Are you going to play Season 2? Everybody's like, "No, I'm not playing Season 1 or whatever, blah, blah, blah."
No, I'm...
Because it's not... Diablo's not really a streamable game, to be honest.
Even if it's not, I still have a blast with it.
Oh, you can have fun, but
yeah.
I just wouldn't stream it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. But regardless, I am playing that, so please check me out and give me a follow. And I will be viewing the comments, and I'll try to be as interactive as possible, because I randomly had people watching me today, and I was quite surprised.
We're going to try to get him to get a camera, too, because he doesn't realize how much a camera helps, because people like to kind of connect with they're watching.
And so please check me out. And other than that, folks.
One more time. What is it?
It is forever_dope/Twitch TV. Check me out.
What? No, never. Just say the name. They know how to get there.
You mean Shenmue?
Jesus Christ.
His
fucking Twitch name is forever_dope. That's it. That's all they need. It is not slash because you did it backwards.
Oh, it's Twitch TV /
Twitch.tv/.
Yeah. See, I don't even know what I'm doing,
Just
folks.
say the name. They know how to get there. They know.
Okay, so forever_dope. All right, because I am the dope man.
Especially if they're watching from here, they know how to get there.
Yeah, this is true. But as always, guys, anywhere you can get your
there you go,
podcast,
Epic, right there. You just put it up there.
Apple. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Apple Music, Spotify. Every Saturday, live around 6 p.m.-ish, live here on Twitch. You can check out the best podcast in the world, North America, and yes, you guessed it, folks, soon to be Cuba.
This guy. Also, we have another open mic coming up this Tuesday. I forgot the date. The flyer will be out at the beginning of this show. So
the 18th.
You'll see. Yeah, 18th. You'll see it at the beginning of this show. So please come out, check us out, Shooters in Springfield. I think that's it.
And if you want Jared's autograph, you have to go through me.
No,
okay.
I don't do autographs.
And there we go. That's what I like to hear. So until next week, folks, like, share, comment, subscribe, review, and be safe. Oh shit! I do.
I'll take pictures. I don't mind taking pictures.
No,
even though you know how much I hate taking pictures, but
yeah, you're not very a picture kind of guy. Now that I think about it, it's all right. But regardless, we will see you guys next week. Check us out, and thank you so much. Bye-bye. We leaving.
I'm going to hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever.
Excellent episode, Jared Smith.
Ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
Exactly.
The merit scientist